Hey everyone, welcome back to the Movie Buddy. I'm your host Josh Blumenkrantz. Today I am reviewing Weapons. So first of all, this movie was one of the best movie experiences I had this year. I went to the premiere. It was in downtown Los Angeles. They really had it be very interactive. They had like clocks that said like 2:17 a.m. And that's what this movie's kind of about. Like these kids are in a classroom and then at 2:17 a.m. they just all become missing. And then there's only one kid left in the class, which is played by Julia Garner, who is the teacher, Justine, and she's not your like average teacher. She has like a troubled past, but everyone's like blaming her, and the whole movie you're wondering like what happened to these kids, and that's basically the plot point of this movie. So like I said, Julia Garner plays Justine, the teacher, and she is really good at this movie. Like she is one of the best performances. She like stole the movie for me practically. Like I've never seen her like this in a movie for one thing. Like you know her from Ozark, and she was just recently in Fantastic Four. She's having a great summer. I didn't see the Wolf movie, but I heard it's not very good. But yeah, Julia Garner, A+, fantastic. Josh Brolin plays Archer. He's one of the parents of the kids that goes missing in the classroom, and he's trying to get to the bottom of what's going on. Of course, he blames Julia Garner's character. He's not really in the movie that much, but when he is, he has a very good presence. He's just very determined, trying to figure out what is going on here. Where are these kids? Why is it only this one classroom? What is going on? Alden Ehrenreich plays Paul Morgan. He's a police officer, has kind of a complicated relationship with Julia Garner's character, Justine, and he's like one of the main comedy points of this movie. He is so funny, especially the stuff he has going on with Austin Abrams, who plays like a drug addict. They have a lot of kind of crazy back and forth going on, and he's a very complicated individual. I'm not going to say more than that, but yeah, I love what he was doing. Also part of it what Austin Abrams was doing. Like they both really were a good dynamic duo, and they just kind of brought it personally. There are other characters and people in this movie, like Benedict Wong is like the principal, and then there's also an aunt of the child that's in this movie, but I don't want to get too much into their storylines for spoiler purposes, so I'm just going to leave it as vague as possible and say that this movie, it gets crazy. I mean, the main focus of this movie are these people and how their stories intertwine. Like, you basically have each character has their own individual story, and they all kind of tie in together to like what happened before the children were taken, also what happens after the children are taken, how it all kind of comes together in that final act. And that final act, oh my god, it is pretty crazy. One of the craziest final acts of any movie I've seen this year. It is off the wall bonkers. It's a little scary. It's graphic. It's gonna make you jump out of your seat, be like, what is that? Oh my god. Like, no, it's nuts, truly nuts. Like, you're not gonna predict at all like what the reason is on why all of this is happening in the first place. It just comes like out of nowhere, and then when it like explains it and rolls with it, you're like, what the fuck? Like, this is it's crazy. I would advise though everyone to not watch the trailers. While it doesn't really spoil it for much, the first trailer, the second trailer is very spoilerish. So just, I would go in blind. Go in blind and just like have a really good time with a packed crowd for this one, because my god, like this movie is crazy. Like I give this movie, honestly, I gave it a 10 out of 10. And I gave it a 10 out of 10 for the experience. The overall story I thought was very clever. I mean, the director, Zach, he just did a great job with this. I mean, Barbarian was like pretty wild too. Like that one felt like two different movies in one. This one is like one movie that actually I thought was like well written, a lot better. Like how it all like ties together by the end of it. And then some people will say that they don't really like the explanation on why this stuff is happening. I disagree. I really think that the overall reason of why this is happening, like while it is unpredictable and a little out there, I just was like, okay, I buy into it. I'm kind of curious to see where this goes. Like, it had me on the edge of my seat wondering what was going to happen to these kids and to all the adults that are involved. And I just had a blast. The crafts were really good. The music, the jokes. It was surprisingly very funny. Like, there were so many jokes in this movie, I just could not believe it. I was like, I thought this was supposed to be a horror movie. And it took a tone in a way like I just didn't expect it to. Like, and this just, like I said, it felt like one movie as a whole versus like Barbarian. While some are gonna say that's better than this, I disagree. I feel like this movie is a lot better than Barbarian. It's a lot scarier than Barbarian. Like, it takes it up to another level, truly. And I was just like, this is amazing. This is cinema. This is why I come to the movies, to like get entertained with a crowd, get scared out of my mind. Like that last act, oh my god, like I can't even begin to explain what happens, because I can't without spoiling it, and I'm not going to. Like, you just gotta see it for yourself. But yeah, overall, like, this isn't gonna get any Oscar traction or anything like that. This is just a fun movie of the summer to see. See it on a big screen if you can. It's gonna be playing in IMAX, and have a good time. But yeah, I'm gonna give this, like I said, a 10 out of 10. I loved it. This is the second 10 out of 10 I've given this year next to Sinners. It kind of sits very well with me next to Sinners. It's a good year for horror, really gotta say. Very proud of it. Very excited about it. But yeah, that is my review of Weapons. Thank you so much for listening. If you like what you heard, go ahead and hit the subscribe button on the channel. I greatly appreciate your feedback and your support. And remember, when you go to the movies, bring your buddy and talk about movies. Until next time, bye!